This is News 14 Carolina meteorologist Matthew East, and this is the Friday evening edition of East's Weather Video. Let's start off with a look at the surface map here across the lower 48. A big area of high pressure centered up over Maine, and that is wedging nicely down the eastern side of the Appalachians, setting up one of our Carolina wedges that is definitely in place out there this evening and tonight. And really that'll be in place for many spots in the Piedmont right on through Saturday. A lot of clouds, some fog, and drizzle out there at times tonight and even into part of Saturday. This is off of the 18Z run of the GFS, and we are looking at the surface chart valid at 7 o'clock Saturday morning. And that high-pressure area has not moved much, still a very well-defined cold air damming signature in place down through the Piedmont. Again, a lot of clouds, maybe a little bit of drizzle at times as Saturday unfolds, but really a fairly quiet weather day. All the while, low pressure spinning up over the Ozarks. It's snowing in parts of Kansas, southeastern Nebraska, Iowa, and northern parts of Missouri, also down into Oklahoma. That low will then lift up. By the way, this is 7 o'clock Saturday evening. Fast forward ahead to Sunday morning, and the snow has moved into the western Great Lakes region. That low strengthening pretty rapidly. And we have a cold front moving our way. That wedge will scour out Saturday night. Temperatures probably even rising a bit as we go through Saturday night into Sunday morning. And that front continues to progress our way, moves through Sunday. So I continue to mention the chance for some showers, and it looks like maybe even a few thunderstorms could be involved as we go through Sunday afternoon, especially over eastern North Carolina from, say, Interstate 95 on eastward. So that'll be something to watch for Sunday afternoon. Much colder air surging in behind that cold front. Another blast of Arctic air settles in at least to the northeastern U.S. Now here we are midday on Christmas Eve. For Monday, it looks very quiet Christmas Eve. We probably see a lot of sunshine on Monday, and then the models get a little questionable as we've been talking about. Now, if you watched the video from yesterday, the previous video, I was showing you the big-time differences between the GFS and the European, and I talked about how the GFS looked like it was lost with how it was handling the short waves next week. Well, it looks like the GFS has indeed come around to the European and many other models' solutions. Again, this is off the 18Z run of the GFS. This is the 500 millibar chart, valid on, let's see, this would be Christmas Eve evening, about 7 o'clock in the evening. Two well-defined short waves, one over the Rockies and the one over the southern plain states that'll cause our interest or pique our interest as we go through Christmas. Let's compare that to the same time frame on the 12Z European model, and really much the same, the short wave a little sharper here on the European model run, but at least the GFS sees we have two separate short waves. Now, it still does dampen that first short wave as it moves toward the Mississippi River Valley. This is Christmas morning. Compare that to the European, and it's a much sharper short wave trough there that's progressing our way on the European than the GFS. And there we are, the evening of Christmas Day. Still that short wave moving through the Virginias, a much better defined short wave there on the European model for Christmas Day at the evening time. So the results here, we'll start off with the GFS. Again, this is the 18Z precipitation output, and you're not going to see much. This is Christmas morning, some light rain over North Alabama, maybe a few flurries over northern Arkansas and northwestern Tennessee, and not much here. That would indicate maybe some cloud cover Christmas Day. And then we're out to Wednesday morning, next storm system taking shape over the southern plain states. Let's go to the European model now. This is Christmas morning on the European. And even though you don't see much, this is a little bit of a wetter look. Maybe some flurries flying in the North Carolina mountains, or maybe even some sprinkles. Probably not a big deal at all if this presentation is correct, and those clouds and maybe a couple flurries would translate eastward across the Piedmont as Christmas Day unfolded. And notice what happens by Wednesday morning. There's that low pressure developing off the Carolina coastline. So the European still likes the idea of a storm system forming, and the European, I should say, the GFS still has the pieces in place for a more significant storm system. It's just not really letting a surface low pressure area amplify, even though the 500 millibar chart looks fairly favorable. The European model is very close to spinning up a more significant system, but it's just not right now. So my thinking for Christmas, I've gone with a lot of clouds, and I've maintained the chance for maybe, yes, a few flurries as we go through Tuesday or Tuesday night. At this point, it does not look like a big deal at all, and really the chance for flurries, if you take the models verbatim, is very, very small. But with that said, it wouldn't take much of a model adjustment to get things in line for a more significant storm system to try to crank off the coast, and that'll be something we're watching for as we go through the weekend. I really don't think we'll have a definitive answer for sure until Sunday when the shortwave in question finally gets over the better observation grid as it enters North America. So probably not till Sunday. We'll have to wait until then to get a more definitive answer on how things evolve for Christmas. So if you're looking for any type of flakes in the air Christmas, keep hope alive. All hope is not lost right now, but certainly the chances of anything significant, at least as it stands right now, look very small. That's it for this edition of East Weather Video. A reminder, we're on the television Time Warner Cable Channel 14 in the Charlotte, Triad, and Triangle television markets, and always on the web as well at www.news14.com. Everyone have a great weekend, and God bless.